Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sports Broadcasting Camp's Pardon the Interruption. I'm your host, Jackson, along with my co-host here, Tucker and Hayden, and we are here to discuss the NBA Finals. I'm going to turn over here to Tucker first. What are your opinion on who do you think is going to win?
So overall, I think this so far has been a pretty good series, currently tied up at 1 apiece. But I think overall that the Thunder are a much better team than the Pacers. I think the Pacers, they've shown their clutchness. They met numerous times in this postseason. Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam a part of it as well. But I think it's going to run out at some point. I mean, how many times are we going to be like, this team is going to win it? Like, how many times are we going to question that? And I think it's eventually going to run out. Thunder, they're a more well-rounded team with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren.
Listen. Ooh. A wise man once said, I want Iguodala. Listen, I want Halliburton. Did you see the run he is on in these playoffs? Every single game, he is taking the last shot, and he makes it almost every single time. When you have the player taking the last shot, and he makes it every single time to win the game, I think that team is going to win. They are one of the greatest runs you will ever see an NBA team go on. A player has never gone on.
Well, here's the thing, right? I know Halliburton has had these clutch shots, but the Thunder are going to learn. They're going to double team him almost every play.
Listen. The Pacers, all they need to do is just catch the Thunder on back shooting down the stretch. That's what they did on Game 1. That's what they did to the Knicks. That's what they did to every single team they've came across. There's no doubt in my mind that the Pacers play from behind. They're so much better playing from behind. The Thunder are so good at creating separation, but the Pacers are so good at finishing the games. It is a perfect match made in heaven for the Pacers to win this series.
And not every shot is going to go in for Halliburton, right? It's not going to keep on happening.
But he's been spreading the wealth.
Here.
In Game 1, every player has under 20 points. He just spreads the wealth. No player over 20 points. I'm not saying Halliburton's going to win in the game exclusively, but he's been taking every single shot and making it, winning the game. He's clutch. But listen, every team, they spread the wealth. That is how they beat the Thunder. They have the best defense, I believe, in the league. But the way to beat it is you spread the ball. Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Benedict Mathurin, every player other than Halliburton has to show up. And they've done it Game 1, haven't done it Game 2. If they do it Game 3 and 4, they will be up.
No.
Yes.
Here's the thing. The Knicks defense, not as good as the OKC defense. The OKC's got a pretty good defense. I mean, you're playing the Thunder compared to the Knicks. I know they're both good offensively, but they're two different defenses, right? You have Chet Holmgren, right? Who do the Knicks have? They don't have a lot of guys there for rebounds. They have Mitchell Robinson.
Why are we arguing about the Knicks? We're talking about the NBA Finals. Why are we talking about the legitimacy of the Knicks? They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that's legitimate enough to beat them, okay? You got to play the team on your schedule.
They have multiple clutch shots.
No. It doesn't matter who you play. You only play the team on your schedule. Doesn't matter how legitimate the Knicks is. They absolutely tore apart the Knicks. In Game 1, they get the whole series. And now they're in the NBA Finals. They win Game 1. I think, yes, what are you shaking your head at? What do you mean?
The Thunder are a much better team. Okay? They're more well-rounded. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's had 30-plus points for like 10 games straight. I'm saying Tyrese Halliburton.
But 30-plus points doesn't matter. That doesn't matter if you're losing games.
They're not losing games.
There's no lying team, man.
They're not losing games. They're in the NBA Finals here. They're in the NBA Finals. They made it to the NBA championship here. Okay? They're not like a team that's not good. They're a really good team. And I think overall, it's going to be a good series. Trust me, this is going to be a good series, but the Thunder win this series in 7. End of story, period.
No. Clearly we have some very different sides on this argument here. I don't know. We'll have to see what ends up happening. Thank you guys. That concludes our segment here on Pardon the Interruption. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Signing off.
See ya.